Dear students, in yesterday's lecture we studied one of the type of demodulation, and that is AM demodulation, that is used in a receiver to recover the original information from the modulated wave, which is an important process to be adapted in the electronic communication at the receiving end. Today we are going to consider one more type of demodulation aspect, and that is what we can call it as it is FM demodulation. Means it is a demodulation that is used only for the FM stations where the signal is frequency modulated. As we have studied, there are two types of analog modulation. One is amplitude modulation and second one is frequency modulation. We have studied the demodulation technique used for AM stations, and today we are going to discuss the demodulation technique that is used for FM station. Dear students, as far as FM demodulation is being considered, here also the frequency translation process that takes place. Basically, there are two types of FM demodulation techniques which are being used. One is ratio detector and second one is Foster-Seeley detector. In our syllabus, only ratio detector is included, and that's why we are going to study only the ratio detecting circuitry. But do remember that one can use two types of FM demodulation techniques, namely ratio detector and Foster-Seeley type of FM detector. FM demodulation process is also called as discriminator. That means the demodulation circuitry which are used for frequency demodulation are commonly referred as the discriminator. Friends, let us see details of the ratio detector. Let me continue with the FM demodulation. The circuit that is used to obtain the modulating signal from FM wave are known as discriminator. It is another name for FM demodulator circuitries. This name is not used for AM demodulation. It is only used for the FM demodulation. So that's why one can call it as discriminator is another name that is used for the demodulating circuitry that is used for FM stations. Foster-Seeley and ratio detector are two commonly used discriminator circuitries. Friends, but in your syllabus, only one type of demodulation circuitry is being utilized, and that is why we are going to study the ratio detector discriminator circuitry as a FM demodulation circuitry. Almost all the Foster-Seeley and ratio detector circuitry are same, only with the difference in the polarity of the diodes which we are connected in the circuit, demodulating circuitry. Polarity of diodes which we are connected in both the circuitry are exactly opposite. In ratio detector, both are in same direction. In ratio detector, both are in opposite direction, but in Foster-Seeley discriminator, both are connected in same direction. With that difference, the rest of the circuitry will remain same. Friends, the ratio detecting circuitry is represented here. So this is the received signal, which is modulated signal, FM modulated signal, which is fed through coupling circuitry formed by L and C. Through this, modulated wave is coupled to the ratio detector via coupling capacitor Cp. This is L1 and L2 forms the diode coupling transformer. Cp forms the coupling capacitor. Through these, proper frequency is tuned. Depends upon tuned frequency, a respective modulated wave is given as the input to the ratio detector circuitry. The ratio detector circuitry consists of a transformer formed by L1 and L2 as a primary and secondary that is used to couple the modulated frequency modulated wave to the demodulating discriminator circuitry. It consists of diode D1 and D2 which are connected in opposite direction. Entire circuit is divided into two halves. One is upper half and second one is lower half. Upper half consists of diode D1, resistance R1, capacitor C3 and also the resistance R as a load. This is the one of the half of the ratio detector. Second half of the circuitry includes diode D2, resistance R2, capacitor C4 and load resistance R. Capacitor C is common as it is going to act as the filter capacitor. Friends, the direction of diode D1 and D2 are exactly in opposite with each other. Here, the combination of R2 C4 and R1 C3 are going to act as a filter circuitries in the respective half of the ratio detector discriminator circuit. Output demodulated wave is obtained at the center tapping of resistance R1 R2 combination and two equal resistances of R connected. Across this, you can get the output voltage which is in a demodulated form. Actually, output will be the difference between VO1 and VO2. VO1 is the voltage obtained in upper half, whereas VO2 is the voltage obtained in the lower half of the circuitry. Difference between them is going to give you the demodulated output voltage. It contains only the original information. But all these is going to depends upon the frequency of carrier wave and also the frequency of the modulating signal. Depends upon their magnitude only the entire ratio detector circuitry it is going to work. If input frequency means modulated frequency and carrier frequency are equal, then what happens? If input is greater than carrier frequency, then something different that happens. And if carrier frequency is less than input frequency, then the circuit working is something is different. So that frequency condition allows modulating signal to be separated from the modulated wave at the output. From that particular aspect, we can say the ratio detector circuit and Foster series discriminator are same, but polarity of the diode D1 and D2 are opposite. The diode detector circuit formed by D1 R1 C3 in the upper half, D2 R2 C4 in the lower half forms the two half of the ratio detector circuitry. FM modulated signal is inductively coupled by L1 and L2, it is represented here, with the capacitive coupling Cp. So this is the capacitive coupler Cp. Here voltage across D1 and D2 are adhesive. After conducting the D1 or conducting D2 at the output, adhesive voltage is made available. The large value of capacitor C is connected at the output across the combination of the resistor R. This capacitor charges to the voltage V equal to V1 plus V2 or VO1 plus VO2. Here V is V1 plus V2 upon 2. This V is V1 plus V2 upon 2. This voltage is fixed due to large value of C giving large time constant. Friends, when the signal frequency FM equals to the carrier frequency, that means first condition. When Fin equal to Fc means modulating frequency FM equal to the carrier frequency. The input circuit provides equal potential to D1 and D2. When FM and Fc, carrier wave frequency and modulating frequency, are equal, because frequency modulation is a process in which the high frequency of the carrier wave is changed in accordance with that of the frequency of the signal to be modulated. That modulating frequency is FM and carrier frequency is Fc. If both are equal, it provides the equal potential to D1 and D2. As C3, C4 are equal, R1, R2 are also equal, V1 becomes equal to V2. In this circuitry, VO1 equal to VO2 and output is 0. Because at a time one diode is conducting, other is not conducting. And this may continue throughout the working of circuit, and that's why if Fc equal to Fm, then output is 0. But when signal frequency Fm becomes greater than the carrier frequency, Fm is greater than Fc, means Fin is greater than carrier frequency Fc, then voltage across diode D1, VD1 exceeds VD2. Thus, V1 or VO1 increases from V1 to V1 plus delta V, and V2 across diode D2 decreases by V2 minus delta V. The diode which conducts across that voltage increases by delta V, and diode which doesn't conduct across that, the voltage decreases by delta V. The voltage at the junction of R1 and R2 is V1 plus delta V plus V2 minus delta V upon 2. That's equal to V1 plus V2 upon 2, and it is constant. Therefore, VO is equal to V1 plus V2 upon 2 minus V1 plus delta V. V1 this will form the value equal to minus delta V. If suppose signal frequency Fm is smaller than the carrier frequency Fc, then VD2 exceeds the VD1. So that's why V1 decreases by delta V, that is from V1 to V1 minus delta V, and V2 increases from V2 to V2 plus delta V. Thus, voltage at junction of R1 and R2 is V1 plus delta V plus V2 minus delta V upon 2, which is equal to V1 plus V2 upon 2. It is constant. So that's how we can write it. VO equal to V1 plus V2 by 2 minus V1 plus delta V, which comes to be plus delta V. What this indicates? Output voltage changes from plus delta V to 0, 0 to minus delta V. Means at the output we obtained the modulating signal. Thus we can say from equation number 1 and equation number 2, output voltage follows the deviation in the frequency of the signal. Thus we can obtain the modulating signal at the output, or information we can separate from the FM modulated wave at the receiving end. After separation, it is given to the destination. Suppose if it is audio signal, then naturally it is given to the speaker, and speaker converts the audio electrical signal into its corresponding physical sound signal. Friends, the ratio detector has limiting action due to the large capacitor C connected at the output, as we have seen in the circuit diagram. Thus, output remains free from rapid fluctuations of the amplitude in the signal and converts the frequency changes into the amplitude changes. This means frequency changes took place in the modulation, and at the receiving end those are converted into the amplitude changes, that is between plus delta volt delta V to 0, 0 to minus delta V. Thus, by using ratio detector, one can detect the information from the modulated wave, or one can recover the original information from the modulated wave, and that can be fed to the required destination to get the signal which is already transmitted by using FM modulation process at the transmitting end. Student friends, this is all about the FM discrimination circuitry as one of the circuit to be called as the ratio detector. Student friends, today we will stop. Next time we will go for the multiplexing technique.